Hello, my name is Ahmed Arodeli, and this is my first assignment in the Intro to Game Dev class. So this is the level that I made, and so I added basically everything here through the Fab thing, the Fab Marketplace. You can see this I didn't use, but the camel here I added, the the clothes here, the clothes that are hanged up. This uh, delay, it's called delay, but it's like a thing that you pour from. And this is the tent that I put. Some more. There's the man right here, the man standing. I put the thing on top of him, the scarf. It's like the Arabic scarf. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see, but the sun is kind of blocking. And yeah. So to start off with the blueprint. So for the camel, I wanted the camel to follow the person. Um, like it's kind of like here. Let me first of all play this thing to show how it is. So you start off. You have to go. The camel's following, as you can see. You go to this menu, talk to him, he tells you, hello traveler, may you lead my camel to the well. He's thirsty. You go over here, you lead the camel to the well, wait for him, and then he starts drinking as you can see on the left. This one spawns, and then when you step over this one, oh no, the water is poisoned, we had to put the camel down. So yeah, let me show you how I made it. So to make the camel follow you, first of all you have to, so the camel is just, it's a static mesh to start with. You click on it, and then you click here to make it a blueprint. And then after that, you go in here, and this is the blueprint of the camel. So it's an event. The camel, it starts with an event tick. You can make it start with overlap, which means you step over it, or which is what I did with the other ones. Or you can make it. They press a button and it starts, or you can make it when the game starts, it starts. So the tick basically means this happens every tick. So first, the tick is connected to a branch first. The branch is basically, if it's if it's true, do this. If it's false, do this, based on this condition. So if this condition is true, do this. If it's false, do this. So what the condition is right now, the reason it's right here is because I had to right click it and promote it to a variable. And as you can see, the variables are here. The reason I do that is to make the employer or the person who actually has the game, like the employer, yeah, they can just adjust this themselves. They don't have to ask the developer, which is me in this case, adjust it every time. So yeah, I made it a variable and I made it public here. I did all of these. So if this condition is false, they print this string gets printed, and again I made it a variable and I made it public so they can just adjust it themselves, the employer. And the string is the camel is not thirsty right now. So if this condition is false, which is if it's chasing the player, so if it's not chasing the player, do this, and then it brings up this string. If it is chasing the player, if this condition is true, then do this instead. So first of all, here we have, this is how I made the camel actually follow the person, or made the actor follow the person. So we first have to get the end minus the start. So the end is where I am, which is the target, minus the start, which is where the actor is. So you minus them with each other, and then you normalize it, so it becomes like a distance of 1. So after that, you connect you normalize it to normalize it to a distance of 1, and then you multiply it by a float. You multiply it and then right click it, make it a float, and then make it a variable. The reason we made it a float is so I can put any number I want, and the reason I made it a variable is so the employer can made it a variable here, as you can see, and made it public, so the employer can adjust the speed to whatever they want. So the reason the speed isn't connected straight to here is because we had to multiply it by the delta seconds. The reason for that is so it becomes instead of, so normally right now if we didn't do that, it would be whatever the speed is here, let's say 10, would be 10 units per frame. And we don't want that because that would be like different for every PC, that would be different for every input. Like the more frames you get, the faster you go, so it's, or the faster the camera goes, which is not good. We want it to be per second, so it's consistent across everything. So we multiply the delta seconds by the speed, the speed variable, which is they can adjust it. So now it becomes this speed, instead of becoming per frame, it becomes per second. So it's more consistent. So yeah, we multiply that by the normalized digit, and then yeah, after that it starts following the actual person after minusing the things and after everything I just explained. After doing everything, you do compile, save, and it should be working. So let's see now if the camel actually follows. Yeah, you see the camel follows me wherever I go. I can touch, I can go around it, blocking. Okay, so after adjusting the camel and the blueprint of it, the second thing here is this cylinder. The reason I made it green and it kind of like pops out, doesn't really look like that it belongs there, is because it's like to lead the person that, hey, this is the objective of the game, go here to talk to the person or whatever. So the blueprint of the cylinder here. So first of all, for the cylinder, I had to make it generate hit events and generate overlap events and made it trigger. The reason for that is so I'll show you now. The reason for that is because, as you can see, event action begin overlap. This is basically to make so when the person overlaps or when the pawn overlaps this actor, make an actual event. Don't just, it's not like it's like it doesn't exist. So it generates the overlap events. So I made it print once it becomes overlapped by the pawn or by anything, or I'm pretty sure it's just the pawn actually. I made it print string, and the string here is hello traveler, may you lead my camel to the well. He's thirsty. So after this, I made it destroy itself. So yeah, uh, after the person steps over it, does this message, and then destroy actor, target self. So it destroys itself basically. And then after that, the person would go and lead the camel to the well. They'd go here. So let me just see which one it is. I think it's this one here. Yeah, it is. It's the well one. And then here's the well. So for the well, it's the same thing. I first of all had to activate these and make it trigger. So it becomes, if it gets overlapped, the event actually begins. So as you can see, when they get stepped on, the camel starts drinking, and then the actor or the actor breaks itself or destroys itself, so it's not there anymore. It doesn't get stepped on more than once or something. And I made it to where once this breaks itself, the uh, spawn actor last. I made a spawn actor for the last cylinder. The cylinder is just the thing they step on. So it becomes it spawns it doesn't spawn before, it only spawns once this one breaks itself. So once the person actually steps on this one, the new cylinder spawns, or the new objective basically spawns. And yeah, I had to spawn actor. I had to get a spawn actor, and for the class, I had to choose the actual cylinder. The cylinder, yeah. And then I had to put the location for here. I dragged it out, put the location of the cylinder of where I want it to spawn. I had to go and manually get the location I want it and put it here. So as you can see now, I'll run it real quick to show you how it is. So as you can see, this one, see it breaks itself, does the message, and then look over there. If you notice over there's no cylinder yet. So here we step, the camel starts drinking, and the new cylinder spawns. And then the last cylinder is, you step on it, oh no, the water is poisoned, we put the camel down. So yeah, uh, this is the final cylinder, or the final objective. So again, I had to make it simulate like generate hit and generate overlap, and made it trigger. So if it gets overlapped or hit, it actually gets recognized as an event. And I had to do this to make it overlap event. And then once it becomes overlapped, or once they run over it, it prints the string, and the string I once again made it a variable so they can adjust it themselves. And as you can see, this is, oh no, the water was poisoned. We put the camel down. And then after that, it breaks itself and or destroys itself. And then I had to get actor of class and get the camel, and then made the camel destroy actor, and then I connected the target to the camel. So basically, here since there's no target connected, it instantly assumes that I'm talking about itself, which is here it's correct. I'm talking about the actor itself, and then or the actor itself, and then after that, after it breaks itself, it goes. I had to get the actor uh, of the camel, and then the reason I had to get it, if I don't have this, it would be just breaking itself again. I can't just adjust this and make it the camel. So I had to do get actor of class, and then I had to select the camel blueprint, and then connect it to this, and then connect it here. And then as you can see, this is just to make it play, because if it's not, it wouldn't play. And then I have to connect it. As you can see now, it's connected to self. So I got the camel, the class of the camel, and connect it. So now the target becomes the camel. And then, so it breaks the camel after. So yeah, and then save. And then yeah, that's it. Uh, Thank you guys for listening. And that's all. Thank you very much.